Hello, hello, this is Jake Light. Welcome back to another Bolo Justice Ace Attorney. The first one, not the trilogy. Well, the trilogy will, but we're not, specifically the first one. Anyways, I hope everyone's doing well. And yes, we're back with the another session of this, which I believe where we last left off is when we finish first part of investigations. Now we're going back into it, starting the court. We're starting the trial and all that. It's gonna be, well, I think I have no idea. I have no idea what's going to happen and all that. But first, I should do this, like without that walkthrough. Not that I'm dumb or anything, okay? It's just that this game can be a bit frustrating. But yes, I should be good. Alright, should be good. Alright, everything's set up. Okay. Alright. Good. Alright, let's start. Let's begin. Begin that trial. July 9th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
Court is now in session for... How do I say that?
Machi Tabaye, Your Honor. The pixie of the arpeggio?
Right, his trial. Court is in session.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Also is... yeah, everything's good. All's good. Alright. Prosecution is A-OK, Air Judge.
Very well. Prosecutor Gavin.
My opening statement, yeah?
No, actually, there was something else I wanted to ask you about.
Yes?
Say you're going to visit someone in the hospital with an incurable disease. What do you say to them?
Eh?
I mean, you'd say, get well soon, right? You'd only be kicking them when they're down.
What are you talking about?
Actually, I'm going to visit someone who is terminally ill. Right after this trial. The Chief Justice's son.
Chief Justice?
His son is afflicted with a most terrible disease. He doesn't have long, it seems. So I thought I'd go pay him a visit. I thought saying something might be the order of the day.
Why don't grown-ups ever just say what's on their mind instead of pretending? Just look at me with something like disgust. Hey, what are you looking at me like that for?
In any case, I'm a bit busy today, so let's wrap this up quickly. Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement, briefly.
You're in luck, Air Judge. I believe you'll be going on your hospital visit sooner than you think. First, to reveal the victim in this case, Romain Letus, age 35. The global manager of diva songstress Le Miroir. The cause of death? Blood loss due to being shot by a large caliber revolver. This report has all the details.
The court accepts this into evidence.
Okay, death total loss of blood from a gunshot wound. Estimated time of death 9 to 9:30. Which probably has more details I need to look into, maybe? Time elapsed between shooting and death currently under review. Oh, okay. Anything? I guess there's nothing much to look into this.
45 caliber. That's quite large, isn't it? A direct hit from that could knock a man off his feet.
However, the bullet struck him in his shoulder. The damage to the body was slight. Death was not immediate. Sadly, his blood loss was such that he could not be saved.
I suppose the victim's condition could have been much worse, considering.
Okay. 2 shots were fired. 1 shot missed, the other penetrated and passed through the victim's shoulder. Both bullets were found in the vault already seen. Observe the diagram. This is where the bullets hit.
I see. The court accepts this evidence.
Okay, we have a map. It's a map. Interesting. Also, if I am to remember any conversations before we started the court, during the investigation, I would probably have no idea. I don't remember. It has been a week. Yeah, I don't see a problem. Do you see a problem? I don't see it.
If we're talking about a .45 caliber revolver, we must assume that the killer was adept at the weapon's use.
Really? Yeah, apparently. Weapons that size have a powerful kickback. If, say, just try to fire one, it'd break every bone in his body.
The defense will take more care in choosing examples.
As I was saying, the victim was shot backstage, in a dressing room. This dressing room has only one entrance, this door.
That does seem to be the case, yes.
However, there were witnesses who heard the gunshots. It's talking about you and Emma, huh? It's when the witnesses entered the room. It was empty, save for the victim's body, of course.
But that's impossible.
Exactly. This murder was impossible. For all but one person.
One person?
That is, of course, the defendant, Machu Tobaye.
Only this defendant could have committed the crime. But how?
It's quite simple. The circumstances of the crime scene make it clear.
Very well. I assume we have testimony to back up his claim. Please show the witness to the stand.
Okay. Oh, Emma. Alright. First time in this game, first witness is the detective. All the while in the Phoenix Wright first trilogy, it's always been Detective Gumshoe, I believe. Your name and profession, please? Emma Sky. I'm a detective for the police. I'm a detective for the police department. I was on security detail at the concert forum that night. Emma seems tired, somehow.
Security at a concert, you say?
Some security hours. Couldn't even stop a murder.
Now, don't blame yourself. Things like this happen. I've made even bigger mistakes in my career, you know?
Yes, bigger mistakes like, I don't know, sentencing to an innocent person in prison, all that stuff. I don't want to think about it. I'm sure that makes her feel much better. I want to hear about these bigger mistakes. Yes, we all do. In any case, because you were on security detail, the crime was quickly discovered, and we were able to identify the killer. You may give the court your testimony if you would. Describe the circumstances of that day and the discovery of the crime, please. Alright. Okay. Why are you pouting? No pouting allowed. The night of the murder, I was on security backstage, at Prosecutor Gavin's request. Only people involved with the concert in some way were allowed backstage. At the beginning of the third set, I heard shots. I went into the room, filled with blaring rock music, and found the body. I examined the scene and determined that only a defendant could have done it. That the pretty vague, considering everything.
It was lucky that the detective was first on the scene.
That door was the only way out of the room, right? Yeah, pretty much. I don't get it. How can they say that Machi did it? Looks like we need a bit more information.
Very well. The defense may begin a cross-examination. The night.
Oh, wait, sorry. Night after murder, I was on security backstage to prosecute Gavin's request. The people involved in the concert, some were allowed backstage. Could I press more on this? You're let in, though. I didn't know about that. I certainly didn't invite you. I gave the Fräulein special permission to be there. I wanted to see her again. Oh boy, did you hear that? We're officially involved now. Gee, great. Some other hangers-on tried to get backstage, but I drove them off. So no other outsiders were there then. Then... the beginning of the third set, I heard shots into the room filled with black. Rock music is something I don't remember. Rock? Blaring, yes.
When you say rock, are you referring, perhaps, to this rock and roll music that's so popular these days?
That's right. When we went into the dressing room, music was blaring over the speaker on the wall. It pipes sound from the stage into the backstage through speakers. The way people in the back can hear when they're supposed to be on stage. That makes sense. You have to be so loud. You don't listen to the Gavinians with your ears. You feel it with your entire body and soul. I always have the backstage monitors at full volume. When we walked into the room, the band was playing Guilty Love, I believe. It was easy to determine the time of the crime.
If you could hear the music playing,
then everyone on the stage for that song has an alibi, including myself. Anyway, I closed off the scene and started my investigation. Presses! Why? How could you know something like that? As I said, it was clear from the circumstances. Listen, we know there was only one exit from the room, that door. The small window only opened a tiny crack, and I was standing in front of that door. So, how could the killer have fled the scene? There's only one possibility, the air vent.
oh,
But that air vent was too small. Who could possibly... Exactly. There's certainly no way you could get through, nor me. The only one who could fit through was a child. A child. Remember, access to those rooms were limited. Only those involved with the concert were allowed. And all the people involved with the concert. Only one is small enough to be considered a child.
the defendant?
The pixie of the arpeggio flitted up to the sky and disappeared from the scene of the crime. But that's just conjecture. Oh, there was no other way out of the room. You were there. You should know, Airforehead. And there is another vital piece of evidence. Evidence? What? Marks were found on the air vent grill. Police said it had recently been opened. Wait, what? And something else was found, quite clearly. The defendant, Machi Tobias' fingerprints. What? What? Well, doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean he was there, right?
Order, order, order.
That air vent was the only way out of the room. The defendant's fingerprints were found on the grill. Well, Airforehead, what fairy tale does this suggest to you? Ugh. Only one could pass through that vent, a doorway to heaven. And that one is our pixie. Why you look at me, Popolo? Hey, I was out whooping you up in the audience. So this was his decisive evidence.
Quite decisive indeed.
Not really, I mean, it's proof he's inside the room. Other than that, no, not. No. And the circumstance in which the body was found, I was there. Examination of the crime scene was enough to nail down the killer. Should have a good reason. Should have had a good reason to arrest Amachi. To find out what it was. Right. Do I have to like press everything? Let me do something first. Okay. I guess we're press. Oh, we need to press every statement? Bloody hell. This is dumb. Night of murder was the night of the concert, yes? That's right. What was the detective doing a security detail, may I ask? If it was only a concert. My thoughts exactly. But orders are orders, even when they come from rock gods. Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, allow me to explain. I smelled something that day. You might say the stench of conspiracy. That day at the concert hall. Conspiracy? Well, isn't it obvious? My keys. The whole morning, no, the whole day was ruined. It is all because someone stole my keys. I couldn't ride my honk to the show. I couldn't open my guitar case. There he goes again. Is it possible he simply misplaced them? Misplaced them? Misplaced items don't just wander into the murder victim's hand on their own.
What's this? Prosecutor Gavin, if your keys were in a victim's hand, it makes you a prime suspect.
But he's on stage, so yeah, not a prime suspect at all, right? Love, slow acting, and new atroquinin is waiting for you. He's saying something. Does everything with this guy have to be so over the top? The killing happened in the middle of my concert. I was, like a sailor, adrift on a sea of sound. Anyway, I didn't want anything else stolen. People who know? So, I put the detective with the most time on their hands on the task.
I see. I can accept that.
Well, I can't. What do you mean, time on their hands?
I believe that's enough of that.
Oh, am I done pressing everything?
The prosecution has a rather convincing case. The only way in and out of the crime scene was watched, making the defendant the only one who could possibly leave the scene. Simple and decisive.
Ugh.
I believe we've heard enough to determine our verdict, even if I was in a hurry to make a hospital visit.
I'm sure the Chief Justice will appreciate your gesture. Unfortunately, we have no direct witnesses. Fortunately, the criminal left decisive evidence for us. That will have to be enough. Ugh, it can't be over already.
Very well. I believe this trial is finished. The defense has no contradicting evidence.
The prosecution has presented our proof clear and plain. If you have contradicting evidence, it better be clear and plain. Apollo, they've got us on the ropes already. We better come up with something quick. I know. Think, what can get us out of this? We need evidence, or a witness can prove Machi is innocent beyond a doubt. Without that...
Well, Mr. Justice, we have contradicting proof that can overturn the prosecution's case. If you do, you better tell us about it now.
This is it, and so soon. If I mess this one up, it's all over. Court wants contradicting proof? My guess would be calling a witness and calling le miroir. Yes, that's correct. Because that's the only thing I can think of. Gooch. Prosecutor Gavin, you claim that there were no witnesses to this crime. Are you absolutely sure? Absolutely. That's very in on my career as a prosecutor and on my million-seller hit song Atropine, My Love. There he goes again. It's too bad, because there was a witness.
Oh, really now? How did you come to possess such knowledge? The prosecution clearly does not.
Because I am the only one in the world who knows this. What's going on? Just talk to him. And now... He's alive. Oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
Hold. Sir, very witness.
You're cold? Don't worry. You're going to be fine. Help is on the way.
Can't see.
Hang in there, Mr. Litus. Tell me, who was the witness?
Witness is Elsion. What? The victim said this before he died, and he told no one about it?
Perhaps he did, and perhaps he did not. What do you mean by that? All we know is what her forehead says he said. It's no testimony, especially since it comes from the defense attorney himself. Yeah, it's kind of bad. Kind of really weird. Then again, the defense attorney is a witness. You can't just say, oh, because he's a defense attorney, then he can't give you testimony. Although in the first place, you know, he's very involved in a crime investigating the case and all that. Probably shouldn't be the defense attorney because of the conflicting interest and all that, you know, all that jazz. So there's also that problem anyways. But it's the truth. He said it. I even told you about it. Apparently you ignored me completely. It's my policy to fully investigate everything that I deem relevant. Clearly this rookie lawyer thinks he can tell me how to do my job. I'm not telling you how to do your job, you dum-dum.
That's enough. Mr. Justice, we need clear contradictory proof from you. This witness was yours, unknown to the prosecution. I hope you're right. Failure carries a stiff penalty.
Perhaps a stiffer penalty than usual is called for? Ugh, there's no backing out here now.
Let's hear the name of your witness, Mr. Justice.
Le miroir.
Le miroir?
Recall Mr. Litus's last words.
The witness is the siren. Aha! He meant the siren. What's the siren?
That's right. Siren of Ballet, Le Miroir. Le Miroir was only on stage for the second set. And she had access to the backstage area. She could have been a witness.
I see. Well, Prosecutor Gavin.
My claim still stands. There was no witness to this crime.
Very well. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth then, shall we? We will now take a break from the Detective Emma Sky's cross-examination. Let's show Le Miroir to the witness stand.
Miroir would say nothing the night of the murder. Not today, though. Today we'll drag that story out of her no matter what it is. It is my distinct honor to welcome the Siren of the Ballet to our courtroom. Wait. It is my... Oh wait, sorry. Oh no, French accent, right? I did a French accent for Le Miroir. You're too kind.
Oh, you can speak English?
Yes, yes I can. I'm not very good. There's much I do not know.
You speak so well. Have you spent time here before?
Actually, I do not know how I came by my knowledge of your language, nor when I study it. What does she mean? She doesn't know? I too thought to call her as witness, but I did not. I had a reason, of course. What's that? Amira suffers from amnesia.
Amnesia?
How convenient. Amira is not my true name. Yeah, I remember nothing of the time before I was given it. Nothing of the time before I started singing on stage. Wow, she's even more mysterious than I thought. As lauded singer Le Miroir, she lives in a good life. There are little difficulties for her, thanks to her success. Yet I do not wish to subject her to unnecessary stress.
I see. I care surprisingly little about people's past. You have nothing to fear in this court, Le Miroir.
Thank you. Yet, there is something I do not understand. I'm being called as a witness. What might I say? No one will tell me anything of what happened. Le Miroir, let me be frank. I do not want to ask you up here to testify. Yet that young gentleman with the white forehead over there was adamant that you stand. Oh my. Congratulations, Apollo. You're the bad guy. Ugh.
Well, now that you're here, please give us your testimony. If nothing else, the sound of your voice is welcome. Tell us what you saw the night of the crime.
What I saw? As for what I saw nothing. That night I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. I did not return backstage after the second set, and I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. That was where I learned that something happened. Something had happened, but I wasn't told the details.
I must say, you sound wonderful just testifying.
Oh, he was too distracted to hear what she was actually saying. There you have it. She saw nothing that night. Now we can only pray that the defense has the sense to admit defeat and refrain from detaining her here longer than need be. Wow, you just got better, Apollo. Way to go.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Keep it short and sweet.
Miroir won't talk to me the night of the crime. She must know something. I've got to find out what. What would that be? I saw nothing. But you must have seen something. Mr. Letus named you. Mr. Letus? How can I tell you what I don't know? Miroir, he said you were a witness with his dying words. I do not know what he meant to say that night. Okay. It was a great concert. You heard me sing? Thank you. I was hoping to get an autograph later, actually. Of course.
Mr. Justice, this is a cross-examination. You're out of line. If anyone deserves an autograph here, it's me. One of my gavel would be nice.
Okay. Judge?
What's this?
It's my autograph. You now keep this trial moving.
What? Oh, my grandchild will be so happy.
Apparently his grandson is a big fan. Let us continue, shall we? If you would, Le Miroir. Tell us what you did after your stellar performance.
Okay.
You not return to the backstage? You did not return backstage once? Where were you then? What were you doing? I was cleaning up on stage. There are many things I must do for a performance other than simply sing. Was Machi with you at the time? Unfortunately, I don't know where he was. So much for an alibi for Machi. But can I contradict that? I feel like I can contradict that. Led to dressing room. I don't think this is a lie. Learned that something happened. I wasn't told about details. So yeah, I think the evidence I want to present is this one. Because this belongs to Le Miroir. Supposedly. But what? Yes, it is. Objection! Oh, no. I'm sorry, Le Miroir, but I'm having trouble believing you. You remember this brooch, do you not? Why, that's Le Miroir's. She was wearing it for her song. Care to add to that testimony, Prosecutor Gavin? What? This brooch was found after the murder took place. At the very scene of the crime. What? Shite. Le Miroir. How did your brooch get backstage if you did not go there yourself? And, as Prosecutor Gavin has just told us, you have been wearing it during your performance at night.
What is the meaning of this? Le Miroir, please explain.
Miroir? Blip blip bloop bloop bloop. I don't know how to voice act hieroglyphs. She says English is quite difficult. The trick's not going to work here. Blip 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 bloop 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 bloop. Your forehead may be large, but you are a lawyer truly. But you have missed one important fact. What now? Blip blip bloop 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 bloop. In fact, at the time of the incident, I went backstage, but only for a moment. What? Bloop, 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 bloop. Think back to the moment of the crime. You know whereof I speak. Is she really saying all that? What's she talking about, Apollo? Right when the incident occurred. Ah, is she talking about that? Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup. Right, understood. You want me to make sure no one comes in, right? Isn't there a brooch already here?
Cold, cold, very cold.
This is Siren. Yeah, it's still there. Oh yeah, well. So, I mean, that doesn't really give her... an excuse or like an alibi saying that she's not a suspect. In fact, this would be the opposite. This would incriminate her. Like, this is way more likely that would be considered a suspect. Actually, a language or valid font, and it's not. It's if you look into the symbols and stuff, it makes no sense. It's all silly stuff. Kind of random stuff as well. Who's there? What's wrong? Emma, did you see anyone just now? Huh? No. I could have sworn I heard the door close. I look into the room. Just a glance, mind you. So this was when your brooch dropped. Explains that. It does. There was no other time I could have dropped it. That's ridiculous. You're only looking for an instant, but you drop your brooch?
I want you to say hi and bye since I gotta leave my boss in a couple minutes forward, but I hope you're having... Oh, Lope! Thank you for dropping by, and I hope you have a good day. Pretty early. Oh, damn early for a bus ride. Let's hope you have a good weekend as well.
Yeah, forehead. She has raised a possibility. The only thing that can counter that is evidence.
So she looked in at a crime scene.
Actually, I intended to go into the dressing room, I knew nothing of that had happened, of course. But the moment I opened the door, I heard an audible voice. And forehead shouting, "Who's there?" No doubt. A horrible voice indeed. Ugh. Damn, the Megua is an ass. I closed the door immediately.
Well, that explains the brooch. Let's return to your testimony.
Yeah, Lemura, you know, she might be acting all I'm innocent, I don't know anything, but she treats Apollo pretty badly at this moment. It's too convenient. She's hiding something. Lemura, did you look into the room though, right? You did look in the room. Yes? Testifies to what you saw. Very well, though it was only the briefest of glimpses. Okay, so I think the late Mr. Lutu's body was behind a wall. Oh wait. Oh, I can use my bracelet. Queen. I'm guessing I'm supposed to use my bracelet. She's not moving her mouth for that line. Here again, yeah. I'm gonna say it's this, like this part where she is like, right? I'm guessing, or maybe not. Oh, it's over here, gulping. She's gulping, but also talking at the same time. Okay. All right.
Gotcha!
I saw you gulp, but not opening your mouth. Late Mr. Latu's body, you say? Yes. You know something more about Mr. Latu's death than you are saying. What? I could see you trying not to remember. The effort made you swallow. Now fool my eyes. It is true. It was so terrible. After all, why did Mr. Letus have to be shot? One moment, Lemura. Yes? What was that you just said? Why did Mr. Letus have to be shot? Yes? She was hiding something. I knew it. Lemura, I'm afraid you haven't realized it, but your words just now contradict your testimony. Eh? How could that be? Take this. Lemura contradicted her own testimony. I have the evidence to prove it. What do you mean though? Why did Mr. have to be shot? She doesn't know Mr. Letus have been shot, right? Or something. So... her testimony probably... I feel like there's so many evidence. Maybe it's the gun. He does... I don't know. Not the gun, maybe. Information concerning the crime to be restricted. Maybe an investigation request, then. In short, efficient, the barriers by orders to strict to no outside investigation concerning any details of the case. Is this one? Yeah. Yeah, this one.
Take that!
Nobody told you about a case, yo. Tell me, Lemura. How did you know he had been shot? Eh? Well, Immediately following the incident, a gag order was placed on the scene. This is a document proving that. In your testimony, you told the court, "No one told me anything about the incident." Furthermore, you testified that you had seen nothing. Yet you knew what Mr. Letus had been shot. How could you have known? York! What? What was that scream?
York? The mirror! You aren't hiding something from this court, I hope.
That sweet song of hers was sounding a little too sweet. Now remember. Please allow me to add to my testimony. Of course. All we want to know is the truth. She looks kind of pale, huh? She saw something. I know it. Even the victim said so. Saw bullets, holes in a wall, and knew Mr. Letus had been shot. I press this? I mean, I don't see a contradiction. Except for the fact that... to see the bullet hole... Oh, no. I don't really see a contradiction. Let's press it. I don't know. Only a glimpse, yet you knew they were bullet holes? Yes, I recognized them immediately. I've seen bullet holes before, you know. You have traveled the world as a singer. You must have snuck in you must have sung in places far more dangerous than our country. I'll go wherever my voice is needed. Those places are many these days. It's really cool. I hope I get to travel like Le Miroir someday. I plan on recording my next album overseas. Now studios have a different sound, you know? Maybe I should go on a Chords of Steel tour too. What do you mean by that? Bullet holes. Is there something? Bullet holes in the wall and new Mr. Letus have been shot. Found in the crime scene. Turns out to belong to Le Miroir. I already examined the brooch. There's nothing sus about that. What about the diagram? I guess the diagram is something. Oh yeah, now that I see the diagram. It all opens in this way, and she shouldn't be able to see the thing. Unless she went inside further, you know. So I'm guessing it's the diagram. Yes, it is the diagram.
Objection!
Oopsies. Le Miroir. They call you the siren of the ballet, but lies are hardly becoming of such a creature.
Put down worthy of our prosecutor, Mr. Justice.
Such put-downs are hardly becoming of you, Apollo. Stop polishing your forehead and start polishing your character, yeah? Come on, can't I be cool for once? Observe the diagram. Le Miroir, you look in from the door for just a moment, correct? Yes, that is so. There were bullet holes in the room, yes. They were in the wall door. The door is on. Eh? You see? Assuming you merely glanced into the room, you couldn't have seen those bullet holes. Yuck!
Le Miroir.
Yes?
I'm afraid the defense has raised a good point. It appears you have been holding back something.
And I must tell you what it is that I saw.
Yes. The happenings in this trial are being recorded. I'm certain they will be on the news in Borginia. You understand your reputation is at stake. It falls to you to avoid tarnishing it.
Personally speaking, I still believe that cross-examining her will yield us absolutely nothing. But she knew how Mr. Letus died. He named her as a witness. You must have seen something, Le Miroir.
Very well. Le Miroir, please continue your testimony.
Very well, I shall.
Part 2.
What I saw. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. It That's how I saw it. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But it was Machi. It was a grown person. I knew it was...
Bom bom bom.
Well, that's very decisive. The defense attorney.
So you did witness the crime. The killer was a grown person, you say?
This is my first time hearing this, I assure you. Nice play, Forehead.
Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin your cross-examination.
We're going, Apollo. You're right about Lemurois. What's wrong? You don't look too happy. This whole thing smells fishy. What's wrong?
What is Otto?
Backstage exit. There's something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. Okay. Press this, I guess. What exactly is something like a little window? Oh yeah, that window. I think there's a huge problem with that window. Yes, well, window is the best word I know in English. I think this is how it is said, yes? You need not worry, Lemurois. Your choice of words is impeccable. There is a small window in the dressing room in question. Perhaps the defense remembers this detail. Oh no, I'm getting the accents all mixed up. That little window on the wall. I saw the crime from there. Okay, I'm very certain that this is the problem.
The window? Well, I can't present the window because
there's nothing about the window. So what do I do? What do I do? Bam, bam, bam. I pressed the 5th statement apparently. A grown person. It's a little vague. I am sorry. My skill with your language is lacking, I know.
Certainly you could at least see whether the shooter was male or female.
It was a man. A young man.
And you're sure of that?
Yes. His voice was quite clear.
Voice? Looking at this diagram, it seems the dressing room was quite cluttered. It does seem likely that you wouldn't have had a clear view of the shooter.
Mr. Singer, I rely more on my ears than my eyes. When I hear a voice, I do not forget it. The voice is the voice of a man. So you heard a voice, but wait. Couldn't that have been the victim, Mr. Letus? Absolutely not. Did I not just say that I do not forget a voice? If it was Mr. Letus who spoke, I would have known.
Indeed. So you were at a window, and you heard the shooter's voice, the voice of a young man.
Polo, this is a good testimony. That proves it was Machi.
Indeed. If this turns out to be true, it would cast this case in a considerably different light. What is the defense's opinion of this testimony?
It's contradictory. Though it pains me to say this. There's something about Lemurois' testimony that rings false. Bravo, Air Forehead. You're colder than I thought. I'm sure you remember what the problem is as well as I do, Gavin. It has been established. No grown man could have passed through the air vent. He couldn't have fled the scene of crime. But that means Lemurois has to be lying. I know, and I know it's bad for our case. I can't shut my eyes to this. Believe me, the idea was tempting. It is as Air Forehead says, yet this is not the only contradiction within her testimony. What next? What's he talking about? Lemurois, I understand why you would want to protect Nachi, yet remember, you are the sign of the ballet, and lies do not become such a creature.
What does the prosecution mean?
Bello, what's he talking about? come no one better than I when he says stuff like that. I recall the state of the crime scene quite well. State of the room? Yes, and then the murder took place. That window was closed. I found it hard to believe you could hear a voice through it. Oh, I guess it's transparent. What? But I'm sure. Lamioa, I have nothing but the highest regard for your musical sense. But my opinion of you as a witness is somewhat lesser. But she's the only eyewitness we have. Objection! So you say. And the victim named her, the siren, as a witness? That's right. That's what Mr. Letus... We heard your claim. We even entertained the possibility. And it brought us to this. Judge.
Yes?
The prosecution requests that the witness be excused. Please.
I'm afraid I must honor the prosecution's request. There's indeed a question of the witness's credibility.
But if Lamora can't testify, we don't have a chance of proving Machi's innocence.
Bum bum. This cross-examination is over. Prosecution Gavin. You may continue making your case.
Dunk. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. I would like to hear from Fräulein Detective again. Wait. Let me hear Lamora's testimony one last time.
But the cross-examination is already over. Until such a time as a need arises, this witness may leave the stand.
I'm sorry, I could not be of my insistence.
No.
At last, back to the real trial. Ready for air forehead? I hope I didn't just miss my only chance. Fräulein Detective, how far had we gotten until we were so rudely interrupted? Don't ask me. I dislike saying the same thing twice, and I never repeat a song for an encore.
If you would, Miss Sky.
I believe I was saying that the only way Mr. Litsu's killer could have escaped is through the air vent on the ceiling.
Ah, yes. There was only one door in the room, and a witness, you, was standing in front of it.
That air vent isn't very big, see? There are limits to people who could possibly get through.
I certainly would have a difficult time.
You sure would. Not that you would have been there in the first place, though. Remember, the whole backstage area was off limits to people not involved with the concert. The only one who meets the conditions for our killer is the defendant.
A
virtuoso performance. I couldn't have put it better myself.
He does state a clear case. Though reading the report, something caught my eye.
Oh, what's that?
The circumstances of the defendant's arrest.
Circumstances? Again? Hey, that's right, Apollo. Remember when we found Machi? It was bizarre. She's right. Why did Mr. Letus's body disappear from the room and end up on top of that stage tower? Holding a guitar, no less. Perceptive observation, Judge.
Oh, thanks. It was kind of an accident, really. But you work in this job long enough, you get a nose for things.
The judge sure seems pleased with himself. Very good, Fräulein Detective. Perhaps you can tie it all together for us. Why was the body moved? And how does that lead us to the killer? She has the answer. I believe Machi stole the body because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match Lemuel's song. No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim, and Machim practically left his signature at the scene. All this evidence clearly points to the defendant. What do you mean? Again, your testimony is always vague, Detective. What song? Yes, the guitar serenade. You notice it's code too, did you not? It's code? All the events that they followed the lyrics to our song.
Sugar.
Oh wait, sorry, I don't... Alright, don't sing it. First, the keys my heart held onto the so tightly were stolen. And Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flames on stage. Mr. Lettuce's life was taken by a bullet. The rest hardly needs explanation. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky.
That's mad. It's like a story out of some fairy tale.
Admit, I forgot about the song. But it is now, waiting for me. The grand finale, as it were. Hey, you know I was the one who first noticed that?
I've heard of jumping rope to songs and counting to songs. But killing?
It's a wide world out there, Judge.
Very well. We've heard one song and dance. Let's get on to the next, the cross-examination.
Not so sure I'm going to be doing so much singing. I feel like I've gotten the picture of everything. Let's say, play much total body because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match the limit. He moved the body? Are you telling me a kid like that moved a large body? It must be ridiculous. Does the prosecution have any idea why he'd do all of this? You want my scientific opinion? No clue. But he clearly had a reason to go through all that trouble. Some deep reason. Deep reason? Not only did he steal my keys, he taught my guitar. Unforgivable acts, even if he had a reason, and worse if he had none. The diverse complaints aside, I can't yet imagine someone doing this on just a whim. Line Detective, I take offense at that description.
Indeed, it does seem too well rehearsed, shall we say?
Yes, this crime was planned for sure. No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim. But Mr. Lettuce spoke English. He may have come to this country before. I'll look into that, I assure you. Oh. It was his first time in the country, it seems. Apparently, he learned English on his own. Great. You see, no one here had a motive to kill him, and certainly not in such an elaborate fashion.
It does seem difficult to imagine.
Unless our famous prosecutor did it as a publicity stunt. What did you say?
Prosecutor Gavin, you did this to promote your song?
Of course not. And I am quite dismayed by the ludicrous nature of her claim. Why would I need promotion? Everyone already listens to my music. Yeah, even in my textbook at school. Okay. Never heard of them. What does that say about me? Is you're old now, like me. Just kidding. Don't get all worked up, Glimmer Boy. Yeah, this one is the most weird. What do you mean signature? What do you mean by this signature? Bullet holes in the wall, of course. Bullet holes? The revolver was fired twice. One shot missed, and left a hole in the wall.
And that means what exactly?
That dressing room isn't exactly spacious. Picture the shooter facing off with the victim in there. It can't have been more than 5 feet apart. It would be difficult, almost impossible to miss at that range.
Difficult to miss, you say?
Very. Assuming the shooter could properly aim.
No, you can't be serious.
Machi. He can't see. That's why he missed. It's the only explanation that makes sense. Use sound and other senses to fire the gun. Poorly. That reminds me. The monitor in the room was blaring at the time, yeah? Not the ideal conditions for tracking by sound.
A blind shooter. No wonder he missed.
I knew those bullet holes would come back to haunt me. Think, Justice, what do I do now? Do I have an objection to raise? I don't know. Do I? I guess I do. Alright. Sure, there were bullet holes left in the wall. But that doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see. Oh, how so? Well, there could have been a struggle with the victim.
That's certainly a possibility.
And it might have been the revolver's fault.
The revolver.
The revolver was of a very large caliber, correct?
The shooter wasn't used to fire such a large weapon. Why, it could dislocate their shoulder.
Exactly. The defendant, Machi Tobaye, is, as you can see, tiny. It's not so hard to picture him firing the gun and missing entirely. The kickback alone would throw off his aim.
A convincing argument, to be sure.
Aha! Take that, smart prosecution. Apollo? Huh? What? That bit about Machi being tiny and the gun throwing off his aim? Aren't you kind of, admitting he did it? Oh. It does not matter why he missed. What matters is that the shooter was, and without a doubt, the defendant. Even the— oh no, I'm— my nose. Oh, excuse me. I just sneezed. I'm so itchy. Even defense seems to agree on that point. Yuck! Crimes. I really put my foot in it this time. But let's get the facts on the matter on the record. If you would, Fräulein Detective.
Very well. The witness will add this to her testimony.
Right. Conclude the shooter was blind. Do I have any evidence that would contradict this? Shooter was blind. I don't know. I don't really see anything I could say. On the state of the crime scene, I concluded the shooter was blind. The shooter was blind. If the shooter was blind, would he be able to do all the stuff in a lyric sheet? I don't know. That'd be a thing. Apparently not. Apparently we have to present a crime photo. Why? The prosecution holds that the shooter couldn't see. Scientific conclusion based on thorough examination of the crime scene, yes? Apparently not thorough enough. I have a certain piece of evidence that completely overturns your claim. What? This is that evidence.
A photograph of the crime scene.
I don't care much for the smirk on Prosecutor Gavin's face. This is no time to think twice. Time to press on. Yes, Your Honor, the crime scene. There's something in here that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point. And perhaps you'd best show us this something. Get your finger out of the breeze and put it to good use, yeah?
Very well. Show us what you're talking about, Mr. Justice. The contradiction at the scene of the crime.
Bum, 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 bum. What would indicate that he's not blind though? You shot him in the shoulder? Is that it? No, I don't know. The writing? Why? Is it not written by the victim? I guess not. The contradiction is right here. It's mere bloodstains.
I thought it was just my blurry vision. It really was blurry. The way the victim's hand is raised above his head, much like a gesture I have seen many times in this court.
It's almost as if he wrote something. Aha, I get it. At least I think I get it. Get what, Fräulein? When Mr. Letus was shot, he tried to write something. And what would he write but the shooter's name? What would he write in it with his own blood? Pretty good, huh? Oh wait, so he wrote it and someone else smudged it, I guess? Thanks for making my point for me. Yes, in fact, that's what I think happened here.
There does seem to be a distinct possibility.
The victim wrote the killer's name. It's certainly a logical conclusion. Rat, I just wish it wasn't all wrapped out like that.
Of course it's wrapped out. Why, if I were a killer, I certainly wouldn't want to leave my own name behind.
Neither would I. They all made the same conclusion. No one has anything else to say?
About what?
The prosecution accepts this. You agree this was the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer, and that the killer tried to rub the name out. What's your point? What's my point? Let me ask you this. How did the killer know the victim was writing their name? Well, Mr. Tooth was writing something in blood. Once the killer saw what it was... Wait...
Once he saw what it was...
What did you just testify about the shooter? I said they were blind. Yet the crime scene itself contradicts that. The killer had to have been able to see. Why would they rub out the name in the blood otherwise? Huh? I remind that the court that the defendant Toby... Sorry. That was quick. Machi Tobaye is blind. He couldn't have been the shooter. Impossible.
Order! 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 Prosecution Gavin, please explain to me what all this means. I mean, looking at this photo, it seems quite clear that the shooter could see. Yet up until now...
It seems I owe the court an apology. The governors are banned with law enforcement ties, yet a murder occurred during our concert. Apparently this caused some confusion over jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not filed in an entirely timely manner. Oh yeah, you're gonna say our defendant can actually see? How convenient. I'm not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here. Yeah, Polo, look at him. Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling like that? Like he knows something we don't, and he's about to tell us. Damn, he's just like goddamn Miles Edgeworth. It's like, haha, I updated the autopsy report. Just now. I've got an idea. Let's rock. With this document, but before that, I have a question for the Fräulein detective, if I may. What? Tell me, why do you think that Machitabaye is blind? Huh? What does he say? What are you saying? Of course he's blind. Of course. He's the blind pianist, right? So he's... Doesn't Lemuel lead him around by the hand all the time? No way. I have a report here on the defendant Machi Tabaye. Oh yeah, if he's really blind, he wouldn't know how to climb up the vent, right? According to this Machi Tabaye, can see perfectly well. What? His blindness was merely a publicity ploy by those clever Borginians. You can see quite well. But you said... What did I say exactly? Forehead. Not once in the court of this trial have I claimed the defendant was blind. The only one who did was Fräulein Detective. If you ever add extra to fighting games, all of these moves has to be updated up to report. Yeah. But that's a significant fact, yes. Consider, Machitabai sees, and he was the only one who could have fled through the air vent. I see no problems with that, with this. What about the bullet holes in the wall? Yes, the bullet holes. I believe Airfall had neatly explained those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. It was the kickback from the 45 caliber revolver. A simple accident, in other words. How's that? I'm afraid your objection has just flown off for brighter skies. Ugh. This is where the real fun begins, Airforehead. Yeah. I knew you didn't have what it took. You jerk. This is what I was here for. Comic relief? Yeah, apologize. Oh, sorry. There's no way to apologize. He's angered the Trucy now. Look out.
If we can please end the bickering now.
Yeah. Clive? Clive? What's his name? Gavin. He sucks. You know, not as bad as Goddard, but he still sucks.
If we can please end the bickering now.
Whatever. I'm not leaving. I can't leave like this. I'll come up with some clue to solving this case if it kills me.
But your testimony has already given us enough to convict the defendant.
Don't say that. What? It's bloodstain. The criminal tried to wipe it off, right? It seems to be what happened, yes? We might be able to find out what was really written here. Really? You can do that? That's right. With this. It's called Luminol. Hey! This is the, I guess, first time Luminol appearance in this game, right? Or it's not. I think it is. Maybe you know of it. It's a chemical that reacts to blood. Wait, no. It happened, I think, in the first trilogy's third game. Maybe? Either the third game or second game. Ah, yes. Have we done those tests yet? As if I'm going to tell you. The bloodstains covered a section of the carpet. In order to perform blood tests, that section was removed and submitted. In the case of the first game? Was the first game, huh? Perhaps we should request in here in court now. Oh yeah, it was used in the first game, yeah. The final case, in the police department, I think, or something. Either police department or prosecution, blah blah blah. Right, go for it, Apollo. I have to do the test. You just have to spray the luminol on it. Simple. A chemical that reacts to blood. I've heard of it somewhere. The final case I remember was the shooting where Penix had to make better obtain acquittal of someone who was actually guilty. The killer, I think so, yeah, that one as well. Third one, I have no idea. Did they use a kid? Probably.
Yes, I believe an analysis is called for. Have at it.
Right, ready? It's easy as pie. Just press
Space.
to spray an area. Yeah, give it a try. The eyes of the entire court are focused on me. Apollo, your hand's shaking. Let's do this. Spray. Oh, wait, I can't spam it. That's not a name. Oh, it really works. This must be the power of science. It says IPXX314206. Is it inverted? I can't tell. Even if it's inverted, I can't tell what it says. Is that the killer's name?
Maybe it is, if the killer was a robot.
Ah, I have it. So what is it? I thought those letters IPXX looked familiar. This is an Interpol ID number. Interpol? You mean the International Police Agency? Yes, most undercover agents working to solve the international crimes. But why would he write that number? Why would Mr. Litters even know a number like that? Good show, Fräulein Detective. Rock on. Eh? Your Honor, we can verify this number immediately. Darian, are you there? Come up to the witness stand. Darian, you heard what we need. Go check into this Interpol ID number. Sure thing. Give me 30 minutes. No, give me 37.
I'm not sure what to think of all this. The prosecution's case is airtight, or so it seems. But if this number is really that of an Interpol agent...
Wait, I know. What if Machi Tobai is really an undercover Interpol agent? That would be a possibility.
A possibility, yes.
Yes, a minor... a minor cop? A minor international police officer?
And one that would mark him as a killer for certain.
But it lets us know an Interpol ID number. That's what I want to know. Well, we have some time before we wait Darian's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Machi Tobai. What are you talking about? Fräulein Detective, please accept my apologies. I received word that the defendant could, in fact, see just before the trial began. Yes, just like Miles Edgeworth, you know, things just so happened to be updated. It seemed too much of a bother to tell you. Oh, sure. You had me until that last bit. This is not raise a rather straightforward question. Well, sure. Why did Machi pretend he couldn't see? Exactly. It makes little sense. What do you think, Air Forehead? Huh? Me? Machi Tobai pretended he was blind. Do you know why? How could he know? Wait, Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he? He's known from the start of the trial. He's been leading us on the whole time. Something wrong? Do you think perhaps this is some kind of game? No, that the moment I heard that report, I knew why.
I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else.
What does that have to do with anything? There was a reason why Machi Tobai pretended to be blind. But it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture now? It wasn't for himself?
Well, Mr. Justice, can you present evidence that shows why the defendant had to feign blindness?
Feigned blindness. Why, something like that. I don't know. The lyrics. I don't think so. No, not the lyrics. The autopsy. No. What else though? I really don't know. Crime photo? Pretend he doesn't know. I don't know. I'll show the evidence even though let me see. It's not the crime photo. It is the this. Why though? Sightseeing music. Because of her branding? I don't know, man. Machi had no reason to pretend he couldn't see, which means, no, it couldn't be. Good sure, Airforehead. Seems you've thought of something. Why can't I figure these things out on my own? Like having to take my cues from this guy. Very well, look at this. This is why he was pretending he couldn't see.
Take that!
Well, it is.
That is Lemihua.
Lemihua and Machi Tobaye. Called our relationship. In particular, their unique arrangement over the years before visiting our country. Lemihua and a pianist. They would always walk together, she leading him by the hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. They would all walk all the way over there with him. That's right, because he was blind. She led him at all times, never letting him go.
Never gonna let you go. All times.
Yet we have just learned something that makes their arrangement peculiar indeed. Machi could see. Why did they have to keep up this act the whole time?
Well, wasn't it part of their performance?
I think there's a simple explanation. Machi did not need to be led by the hand at all. Bum bum bum. It can only mean one thing. Really? Really? It was all the other way around. One who needed to be led by the hand was Lamihua. Bum bum bum. Oh damn! Yeah, I'll only figure it out like halfway. They were like talking about it.
What's this? So you mean to say that Lemihua she's...
Yes, Your Honor. Lemihua is blind. Huh? What?
Order! 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 This is crazy. Prosecutor Gavin.
Is it now?
Please shed some sanity on this madness. The defense has made an outrageous claim.
The only thing outrageous I see about the defense is his vast forehead. Okay. Yet I see it not vast in vain this time. It's quite correct.
But that makes no sense.
Yeah, wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter in sound or something? Well, since we have her here, why not ask Lemihua herself? I believe she is still in the witness waiting room. Apollo, what does this mean for our case? Don't ask me. I know either she couldn't see. I even imagined it until now.
Bailey, bring in Lemihua.
She's blind. Lemihua. It pains me deeply to call you before us again in this way. And yet I must. Please, do not be concerned on my behalf. Those eyes. She really can't see, really. It is true. How funny it is that a tiny lad born in Borginian countryside would one day grow to untangle the entire world.
So you are...
Yes, as I mentioned before, I have no memory of the time before I became Lemurois. Know too that my memories begin in darkness. The word light has no meaning for Lemurois.
I see.
You may recall me saying something toward the beginning of this trial, Airforehead. What's that? I believe I said it was unfortunate this crime had no direct witnesses. Ah. Now, Lemurois, I must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? Of course. It was never my intent to deceive any of you. Now begin your honor.
Yes, of course. Though I admit I'm a little lost here.
I think we're all a bit lost here, Your Honor. Ching. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. So, silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. Dun dun dun.
But this is a murder trial.
I apologize. It was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret, no matter what. Music is there waiting for me. I never imagined something like this would. She told us the truth. She told us the truth in the beginning. Then she said she saw nothing.
Very well. Does the defense have anything to add?
I'd like to cross-examine. But what is there to what is there left to ask? There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me. Perhaps it is best we let you get it out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself.
Very well. The defense may proceed. However, be aware this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful to the witness.
Okay. There's only one part that bothered me. Just let me ask about that, and I'll be happy. Which part? Tell me, which part? Memory of the light. Debuted in a world of darkness and sound. Our producer came up with a pre-line before he knew this. So this me sound I had to put it in, I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. But how did your producer knew about it, right? Producer pointed you as the witness. That's my guess. Is it though? Yeah, I guess we're gonna press the fifth, this one. Which I'm right, I think. I'm on the back, maybe. When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Lettuce? Of course, he was my manager. So he knew, and that's what's been bugging me.
Something the matter, Mr. Justice?
I believe I know what is bothering our young defense attorney. You are thinking of when you discovered the body, yes? Is he right, Apollo? Yes, I was.
Oh no, cold, I'm sorry. Can't see any of that, Mr. Lettuce. Tell me who the witness.
Yes, that has been like the third time we flash back to this guy. Mr. Lettuce told me to ask the witness, and he named you. Why would he do that? He knew you were blind. I don't know. Tisk. What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what? There is no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more.
A witness. Byron, you've heard that many times. Along with a little play acting by our defense.
Okay. So I literally roleplayed that scene 3 times. I remember them well myself, but that cinemon's not to what I refer. I mean what he said before that. Before? Came before that. That's right. He tried to tell you, and he said can't see. He wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness.
I see.
Too bad the defense did not. Well, air forehead, try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time. God damn it. It was played like a fiddle. They played me like a fiddle.
Order, order.
Recall Lemiroir's earlier testimony. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. Well, pull shot. I couldn't do anything to stop it.
She could have heard those gunshots. I thought you proved that.
That is not the most important point here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Littus witnessed her through that window. Why would he have named her as the witness? I really did hear them. 2 gunshots and the man's voice. Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We have already run a simulation, of course. It was so clear. If I heard their voice again, I would know it in an instant.
Yeah, Anna. What is it, Bayleaf? Can't you see we're in a session here?
We have the results back from the investigation.
Investigation.
Ah, the Interpol number that Mr. Littus left us.
Well, let's hear it. We will continue this cross-examination afterward. Detective Crescent, your report, please.
Yes, Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. Quick work as always, Darian.
Well, tell us about number. Is the defendant a secret agent?
IPXXX314206. Agent registered under this number was Romain Lettuce.
What?
What? Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Lettuce himself. He was apparently in the middle of an operation. So, when he wrote those letters, he was trying to tell us his own identity, and a cautious killer tried to wipe them our way. Mr. Lettuce was an undercover Interpol agent, so him being Lemiroir's little manager, it's just a cover, most likely. There's one other important detail I found. Val, outfitted. It concerns that 45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon. Apparently it belongs to Romain Lettuce. Got an Interpol permit to carry firearms, and registration number and revolver matched. So, the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who is an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. So, the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover op. I wonder how that ties into everything. It's got to tie in somehow, do you think? Yeah, somehow.
Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It's a great help.
Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Who shouted? Wait.
Let me hear. Is something the matter?
Their voice just now. Darian? Mr. Darian, is it? It was him. I am sure of it.
It was him?
You aren't saying. That voice I heard talking to Mr. Letus when I heard the gunshots fight. It was him. It was Mr. Darian. Is this some kind of joke? Joke. What's joke in German? What?
Bum bum bum! Plotted the twist of the...
No way.
The courtroom.
Sorry, the courtroom fell in such a chaotic state. Trial had to be suspended temporarily. Never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that one. Mihua, fingering Darian Crescent. Not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective. Could it really have been his voice Lemire heard? Things were changing fast. And frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it. Hey, no whipping out now, Apollo.
Can you hear me monologue? To be continued.
How long was that? 1 hour 40 minutes. Oh, that was a quick investigation. Save my progress. Done that. So I'm gonna hydrate, rest a bit. So I'll be pausing this. So for anyone that's watching the video, it was just like nothing happened. Okay, nothing happened. All right, let's continue. I saved it again. What else? Continue on the next chapter. July 9th to 12 p.m. Bright Anything Agency. Hey, Apollo. What? Well, you know, actually, nothing. I mean, something, or maybe not. Out with it. The suspense is giving me an ulcer. Well, you know, the trial today, I was thinking. I mean, darling, I would say don't judge a book by its cover, but that was really just a rare case. If you give it a score, what score would you give it? Score? G. I guess I would, or maybe, well, I'm just as bad as you. See, it's so vague. Clearly, Archie avoided a guilty verdict, which is something. But I can't say I'm any less confused about the case. Yeah, blah blah blah. Darian. And the victim, Mr. Letus. Why I would say, you know, there's not a lot of stuff indicating what most of the evidence we have like gone through, the postcard, the lyrics, the brooch, all the evidence we've gone so far, it might be related to Le Miroir, you know. It's all thrown in the trash already by the fact that she's blind. She's literally blind. And she won't be able to do any of this if she is the mastermind of it all. And we still have some evidence we haven't gone through, like the mixing board and the key ring. Who would have guessed he was actually an undercover Interpol agent? What a mess. We don't have any idea what he was investigating. Well, true, but we know who shot him now. Let me told the whole court. Yes, we could see him, but it's another mystery, Apollo. I love mysteries. I don't. Speaking of mysteries, what's Mr. Wright up to? I wouldn't mind asking his opinion. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Daddy around. What? Is he some kind of stray that just wanders in and out at will? I wouldn't say that, but he has been going out a lot. Some top secret mission, he said. Top secret? Anyway, you can't just rely on him to save the day. And you've got me to help you. We'll be fine. Fine. Right. Well, time's a wasting. As they say, let's investigate. That's the spirit.
Okay, let's investigate. Totally know where to start, right? Totally know where to start.
Do I want to talk to Trosy? I guess I'll talk to Trosy. I may not drop a bomb in court today. Darian. We all said she's never forgotten advice, right? It's so cool. I guess. What's that called again? Elephant ears? I bet that's what they're called. Somehow I don't think that means what you think it means. She has to be wrong this time. Wrong? Why? I mean, look. Those gunshots were right during the concert. That's right. I was burning up the dance floor at the time. Right. Did you happen to look up the stage? Maybe. At Darian even? You bet I did. He's one of the Gavini's guitarists after all. He's so cool. Oh. Right. All the Gavinians have a rock-solid alibi. He couldn't have shot Mr. Litus backstage. Miwa heard him, didn't he? You heard Darian backstage, right? Somebody's either wrong or lying very badly here. Is Darian really in the stage? On the stage? An Interpol agent. I was wondering, what is Interpol anyway? Huh? Interpol? They're the guys who catch international criminals. Why can't I just call them international police instead of making up some silly name? But that's... Interpol is short for international police. They, anyways. Yeah, anyway. You think he was investigating Le Miroir? What? Why would anyone do that? She's not a criminal. She could be. Don't be fooled by appearances, is all I'm saying. She's blind though, Apollo. She's blind. Unless it's like super highly trained assassin or something. I don't... You watch too much movies, you know. But remember, I'm a magician, Apollo. I can spot a palm coin at 50 paces. If only it were that easy. In any case, we know he was working on something. I wonder if it's something that has something to do with something. Okay. Something being our case. The last something, I mean. Something like that. Okay. Frankly, the whole thing is making my head hurt. What's Mr. Litus up to? Oh, I really did have to like talk to Trusy. So he's laughing. Trusy? Trusy, was that another one of the tricks? It wasn't me. I can't even make Mr. Hat laugh like that.
Oh, it's a magician, the yellow magician.
How do I do his voice?
Wherever the mundane gives the the word is whispered. Grammary. Grammary? Grammari?
Hey, the other day. Eek!
Who's there? How rude.
We didn't just imagine that, did we? He's wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours? Hardly.
We meet again.
Nice to meet you. Who are you? How could you please stop smirking like that? It's you, Uncle Valent. Uncle Valent? He's your uncle? No, silly. It's the great Grammary. Grammary? Grammary? I don't know, I'm just saying Grammary. Alan Grammary. What is this pun of? I can't tell. Alan Grammary. The Grand Magician.
Yes, it is I, the great Valen Grammary, as seen on television.
Could you please stop smirking like that?
It's been a while, Miss Trusy. 7 years to be exact. How have you grown?
Good to see you again, Uncle Valent. You look exactly the same.
I hate to
I hate to intrude, but this is a great magician paying us a visit. believe it was you who wished to see me. So be quick with your questions. And do not quail, quake, or quiver. I'm quite tame. Though my stardom may sear the sight, I'm quite down to earth when needs calls. How does have a certain he does have a certain aura to him, it's true. It's asking about case Apollo. His aura sure isn't lost on a magician in the making. It's practically drooling with enthusiasm. After all, Uncle Van's one of Daddy's best friends. That's why I call him Uncle. What? Daddy? You mean Mr. Right? No, I mean my real daddy. Trucy's real father? Wait, Apollo. Wait, Apollo, don't tell me you don't know about troop grammary? Troop grammary? Oh, it is pronounced like that. No, but it does sound like kind of familiar. Oh, last life, lamentably listless lad. Do not know the greatest troop of magicians on the planet. Alan Grammary. Name began to surface in my mind. It was a name I heard on television as a child. I bet you've heard the name. He made a cruise ship disappear and blew it up in an amusement park. Oh, and he made all this gold disappear from a safe and escaped from a high security prison. You said he is a magician? I open the locks over the hearts shamed by mediocrity. This is a true miracle of troop grammary. Wait. What, Apollo? I do remember seeing you on television a long time ago. Weren't you with someone else, like a duel? A duel? Yeah, you had a partner. Something grammary. Yes, Zack Grammary. A masterful maker of magic, a capable crafter of shining showmanship. Why is everyone so quiet? Daddy. Daddy? Huh? Oh, no way! That's... Zack Grammary is his real father? Once upon a time, troop Grammary included 2 grand magicians. Myself, Bell Grammary, and my partner, Zack Grammary. And this Zack was my real daddy. Trucy's father, a magician. I guess it makes sense. I had no idea. There wasn't much point in talking about it, but now that he's gone. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. I'm not lonely. I've got my daddy, after all. You make me laugh, Apollo. That I'm good for comic relief, at least. Not that I see Daddy around much these days. I've been remiss in remembering my reasons for my visit. Reasons? 2, in fact. The first being, of course, to see you, Miss Trucy. You don't know how happy I'm to see you again, Uncle Valen. I'm sure you are. Not one for modesty, are you? When I encountered you at a Coliseum, the first time in 7 years, I could fain not contain my emotions. I wept oceans. And to learn you now defend the poor pianist, that blinded boy. It was a hot topic of talk amongst the staff, you know. And defend him how did. Well, it was all my doing. I'm his defense attorney, actually. My other reason for coming here today was this. It's a videotape. Quite so. A recording of this concert, no less. I brought it for you, Trucy, on behalf of Troop Grammary. Will you watch it? Oh, it's this.
Sugar, sugar, oh, that night in your embrace, when you stolen away the keys, my heart held on to so tight. Pleasure.
but a fleeting melody. I warps itself around me, and now through the air I fly. Whoa, whoa, burning on in my heart. Fire, burn my love away, away. Like a bullet of love, fire. Take my life away, all away. Good talk, up together to the sky. Also, this song is, I don't know, has anyone actually made a cover of this song to make it sound good? Because I have no idea how this song really goes. Wow, it's almost as good as it was live. So, what's the word? Mysterious? More mysterious things than her song going on. Way more mysterious. Ah, ha 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 ha. I never tried to look it up. Did I sing pretty good? I sang pretty good, right? This Valent Grammary has good reasons to be here today. I wonder what these reasons were to be at that concert. Okay, should we just go away from you now? Present the videotape, apparently. So I was wondering, let's stand in the middle of the song there. I didn't see a stunt. What about Lemar fencing and repairing? Oh, that? I guess I'm so used to seeing it happen I didn't even notice. So young to be so jaded. A simple sleight of hand, a petite prestidigitation. Oh man, this word. I have not seen this word for a long time. Petite prestidigitation. 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 A modicum of magic from me to you. So that's why you were at the concert. Yes, I was there to watch my trick take to the air. So you're the one who knows how it was all done. Of course, I'm a deity, where the stage is my domain. I suffer no mystery upon those floodlit thoughts not grasped tightly twist my fingers. It is a potent primeval power I possess. Well, do you think you could tell me how it was done? Hey now, you're a rock star. Trucy? That's like totally against the rules, Apollo. Not during a murder investigation, it's not. It's not, for my illusions are mine alone, monsieur. Wait, is French now? Also what? We call that a trouble. Are you French or not? I guess not, probably not. It's pretending into French. Occurrence had happened later, well after my illusion entranced the audience. Oh, don't even ask, I won't answer. Too bad for you, Apollo. What side are you on? I, Valent Grammary, now make my leave, Miss Trucy. There's no need to rush, Uncle Valent. You should stay a while. I'm afraid I cannot. I may not. I shall not. I've been asked to assist with an analysis, and so I shall slink back to the scene. So, you'll be at a concert venue today? Correct. If you could call on me, come to the Colosseum. See you later, crocodile. The whirl of his cloak and a wink of his eye, he turned and walked out through the door, normally. Okay. Well, there you go, Apollo. Let's get cracking. Right. Valent Grammary. I've got a few more things to ask him. Foremost among them, that bit of magic that made La Miroir disappear. How he knows Trucy, Real father. Alright, so where do we go first? The detention center, apparently. Let's go. Archie may not be guilty, but he's still a suspect. But you don't have any decisive evidence. Yeah, but only someone as small as him could have gotten out of that room. Right, the air vent. And he lied. Lied? Machi Tobai is not blind, right? Machi Tobai can't see. I still don't understand the pun of his name. Machi Tobai. Machi Tobai. Speak of the devil. He looks like he's doing okay. I forget. Why did we come here? It's not like we can talk to him or anything. Words are overrated. Feelings are what matter, Apollo. Kinda hard to build a court case on feelings. But since we're here, anyway, might as well get what I want to say off my chest. If you need someone to complain to, I'll listen. I think she's actually worried about me. I just talk, I guess. What did you think of the trial today? Well, I'm glad he doesn't understand English after all. If he did, he would have been scared out of his mind by trial. Hey, all's well that ends well. We have to be more goal-oriented. If he's innocent, we win. No, if he's found not guilty, we win. Machi might not understand English, but if he gets that better than you do. Huh? My bracelet. Can I use my bracelet? No. I'm glad Lemonhua testified. What a great person. You even got Machi off the hook by naming another suspect. Arian of the Governors, the detective. I wonder if Machi knows what happened. I mean, if he could follow how the trial went at all, if no one told him there's a new suspect, how would he know? Hey. What is it, Apollo? No, it's nothing. I must be imagining it. Surely. Imagining what, Apollo? It's just, I couldn't help but feel that, I don't know, Machi. He doesn't understand what we're saying, right? How could he? He's a young Borginian. He doesn't speak English. Yeah, but my bracelet is reacting to him. Huh? Maybe it's malfunctioning? We're scared because you keep making those I'm so mad faces. Was I that bad? Machi lied about not being able to see. What if that's not all he lied about? If you're curious about it, there's only one thing to do. You should ask him. I think it'll take something big to get to him. Some kind of undeniable evidence. I'll be back, Machi. Ah, I have nothing yet. I'm guessing I'm going then. To the Colosseum, apparently. Sunshine Colosseum. Oh, what a great day. It's perfect weather for sleuthing. The weather matters for investigation. And some days just feel like magic days or defense days. Sure, let's get started, shall we? Right on. Show us your stuff, Apollo. What stuff? Your voice training. This is the perfect place for it. I did enough at home. I did enough at home, thanks. Hey bro, you speak English. Je ne sais pas le français. Wait, no. Je ne sais pas anglais. Anyways. Oh. No, there's no need to be shy. Keep that up and you'll never make it on the big stage. I'm happy in the courtroom, thank you. I'm a lawyer. And you're in luck, because it's lawyer weather today. Don't you just want to face the blue sky and shout, "Objection!" Look, the weather has nothing to do with lawyers. Let's get going already. Right. Also, this is the outside of the concert. Alright. Hey, that earpiece is still on the floor. July 9th, backstage hallway. Ah, Mr. Attorney. Amigo. I'm sorry about today. There is nothing you need to apologize for. You were merely defending Machi. Are you okay? Alone, I mean. Humans are blessed with 5 senses. Even the robbed of one we get by. Though it does make being a witness rather difficult. Speaking of seeing, you knew who you were before we spotted you just now. We were even talking. I heard your footsteps several times the day before. Oh, you must have great ears. Ears had heard the crime taking place, or so she claimed herself yesterday. But how? A voice. A voice inside my head. That was quite a statement you made today in court. About hearing Darian Crescent's voice at the scene of the crime. I did not know his name, but I never forget a voice. Now, what is this accent? Yes, damn. We have to do this all again. We just did. As I said in court, I was on my way backstage from the stage. Is when I heard his voice. I'm guessing Darian and Mr. Latus were talking about something. The next moment, I heard those gunshots. Why didn't you call security? To be honest, though the noise was quite frightening, I never imagined the gunshot might be real. And I was in quite a hurry myself. I left the scene at once. So it really was Darian's voice that she heard. Yeah. At least she suddenly thinks it was. I met Machi before my debut as Le Miroir. I was singing in a restaurant in Borginians. He was playing the piano. Yes, he was very kind to me when he learned I could not see. Except when he started playing opposites. Machi pretending he couldn't see. I knew it wasn't then. That began after our major debut. After I became known as the landscape painter in sound. It must have been tough for Machi. Pretending he couldn't see and all the while acting as your eyes. We held hands always. He would write with his finger on my palm to signal to me things I should know. He's smart. Gentle boy. I think I see what she's getting at. Machi would never harm a soul. About Mr. Latus. Ah yes, he was an Interpol agent, I hear. So, you had no idea? Of course not. No one did. I guess that's what it means to be undercover. Someone was after him. They had to know who he really was. Why did he pose as my manager? I do not understand. You have no idea? I can only assume that he was investigating me. But why? What makes you think that? Perhaps it is not so, but I cannot deny the possibility. Because of my condition. My present is veiled in darkness, so too is my past clouded from my memory. Clouded, right. The darkness that I fear is not the darkness that I see whenever I open my eyes. The real darkness lies in my heart. In your heart? I have no memory of the time before I became La Miroir. I woke from darkness into darkness, you might say. I was singing in the restaurant those days. What did she say about not being able to remember the light? I do not know my past. Perhaps I committed some terrible crime in my past. Everything from before becoming La Miroir is lost to me. But I don't think you can think of no other explanation. Why else would an agent of Interpol approach me? Do you think your past might be related to this case? No way. It seems really unlikely to me. I mean, you're such a sweet person, La Miroir. I thank you, Machi too. tells me this often when I fear who I might have been. Okay, I see. Anything else we need to talk to you about? Present the videotape. I don't think she can look into the videotape. We took a look at your performance again. It was even better the second time. Thank you. That reminds me. It was an incredible illusion you pulled off. Illusion? You teleported from one stage to the other, remember? Ah, yes. Apparently, they hired a professional magician. Valence Grammary. I was wondering, do you think you could tell us how it was done? I'm afraid I cannot. Mr. Grammary made me swear to never tell a soul. I was afraid of that. Hard to be a magician if you can't keep a secret, you know. Ah, I am reminded that I wish to speak to you about something. Yes? When I was walking this hallway before, I stumbled upon a small device of some kind. It was lying on the floor. Device? Maybe you mean this. It's been lying there since the day before yesterday. Well, yeah, apparently nobody's thought about picking it up. Might I touch it? I thought as much. What? What do you think? This is one of my headsets. Everyone on staff wears one during a concert. I wonder whose this is. We use it for communication. It would be quite inconvenient should it go missing. We'll hold on to it for you then. We'll give it to Prosecutor Gavin when we see him. Yes, that's best. Thank you. So, can I put it on? Yes. Wait, there's something about Trucy? Headset attached to Trucy. Attached? I'm not some kind of robot, Apollo. Everyone on staff was wearing one of these headsets. This might warrant some further inquiry. Oh yeah, look at it, I guess. Anything suspicious about this headset? 10-4, that little buddy. This is Trucy reporting it. Over. Why the sudden silence? No one answered. Don't be silly. What good is a receiver that doesn't receive? It's like Emma not performing forensic investigations. You make it sound like she's some kind of forensic investigation machine. It's just silly. Unless she's a super high-tech android that runs on snackoos. Okay. Interesting tidbit, I guess. But nothing important. Alright. What else do I need to do? Present a headset? Oh, okay. Yeah, if I didn't look up the guide, I would not know to like present her the thing that she just mentioned about. Can I ask you about this headset, Eleanor? You said that all concert staff were wearing one. That's correct. We need them to communicate across such a large stage. Everyone on staff had one, of course. And all of the band members too, I should think. Prosecutor Gavin and his lackeys had them on too. And they're quite helpful, though limited. They only work within 30 feet or so. After all, they're only for use on stage. And the strongest signal would interfere with the sound system. That makes sense. You'd think someone would notice if they dropped their only communications lifeline. So why was this one lying here? So this is not Lemiroir's headset? Someone else's? Alright, I guess that's it. Let's move! A stage. That song, isn't that the one Lemiroir was singing? Yeah, you're right. The Guitar Serenade. Oh, I'd love to do a show on a stage like this. Come to see that. The house is full and it's one audience size with the wonderment. There I am, singing my ballet, rose petals swirling through the air. Not bad. Wait, aren't you a magician? Oh, that's right. I was a magician, wasn't I? Some dedication.
Oh no, it's this guy again. Aha! If it isn't Miss Trucy, and indeed it is.
Uncle Valent. What exactly are you doing here? I take real responsibility in task undertaken. I am inspecting my equipment of illusion to make sure naught is amiss. Let me teleportation illusion. Ooh. Should anything go wrong, it would reflect poorly upon me and my troop. As I went about my exacting examination, I happened to notice that piano, and I remembered that fair lady's melancholy melody. Hey, Apollo, maybe Uncle Vanna can shed some light on this whole thing for us. Sure. I was wondering about the show the night of the murder. Amigo's vanishing act was your illusion, right? Indeed. The purple prosecutor petitioned my performance. At the climax of the song, he said, "Make her disappear like a tree." Like a dream. Yet, what can I work with on a stage meant for musical endeavors? There are none of the conveniences of a stage built for sorcerous acts. It was a challenging task, and so I accepted. Gonna see show that thing doing. Gee, this the bit, but in order to move, you would have had to use some sort of secret tunnel. People come to me because I'm a professional among professionals. My illusions are custom made for a time and a place. Now, because of the murder, all the eyes of the nation are on this concert. Not a bad thing, as far as the fortunes of Troop Grammary are concerned. So, you are here checking up on your trick to make sure it went well. And went well indeed. Now, speaking of pianos, that piano over there troubles me. Troubles you? Why? Why? Why do you ask? Why? I think it's probably quicker if I just go check it out myself, thanks. Okay. I know what you're thinking in that head of yours. Grammary, yes, you say? I recall seeing him on television. Something of that sort? Actually, yes, you're right. Wow, he just read your mind, Apollo. Or everyone tells him that, and he made a good guess. It was 20 years ago. A young magician, a genius of his time, came down among us. His name was Magnifi Grammary. It was he who began the great troop Grammary. At his prime, not a day passed that he did not play upon the screens of every TV there was. I do have a vague memory of someone like that on TV. Yet, several years ago, that time came to an end. My troop pulled the vanishing act, yes. Cries for magic no longer heard. The TV screen a barren waste, stripped of illusion. That's not true. I still went to all your shows. I kept wanting the parking lot down in the supermarket. Oh no. It's gone all the way down to bottom. You start playing in supermarket parking lots, you know you're in trouble. We hone our skill at these small venues, always waiting our time. Yes, one day we will rise, up from obscurity, onto fame's shining stage once more. I do this not only for the grand magic that is Grammary, but for my partner. Your partner? You mean... Yes, Zach Grammary. Trucy's father. Before he disappeared 7 years ago, there was no name higher than Grammary in show business circles. None. I will see us return glory. I, Valiant Grammary. Okay, damn, you have a lot of things to say. Our founder, Magnific Grammary, was truly a genius, a worker of miracles. I'll never forget the one I saw when I was little. How he made that whole jumbo jet go, and what happened to that jet again? Apparently someone doesn't remember it as well as they thought. Of all the would-be magicians who came to his door, only Zack and I had the talent. In no time at all, Valiant and Zack... Oh man. I can't do his voice for long. Sorry about that. I need to like hydrate. Oh my. Yeah, that raspy voice I'm doing, it tickles my throat a lot. Oh man, it's so itchy right now. Ah, I guess I have to like slightly change his voice, I guess. In no time at all, Valent and Zack was shiny stars in a Gramarye crown. Cool, huh? And Zack Gramarye was my daddy. Now that Magnife and Zack are gone, I've but one wish. Let it be I, Valent Gramarye, who brings the Gramarye miracle back to the big stage. I'm rooting for you. Miss Trucy, you cannot grow up quick enough. I need your skill by my side. One skill coming up. How do we manage to get off to the topic of case so quickly all the time? Alright, so what we're gonna present here again. We're presenting something. Oh, we're just gonna examine the piano, okay. It's one big piano. I've never actually played one. You should get Mr. Wright to teach you sometime. No good, he can't play either. I kind of feel bad for the guy now. Maybe now's my big chance. Stand back. This could be the debut of a prodigy. You! Did you make that noise just now? Let me try again. You know, I think something's stuck in the piano. Time to take a look under the hood. Huh? Look! It was stuck between the strings. It looks like some kind of switch. Someone must have thrown this into the piano. Switch place in pocket. Okay. I'm gonna examine the thing, I guess. It looks like a lighter. This switch, sitting here, tempting me to push it. Don't. You might blow up the whole Colosseum. Apollo, please. To think that every strange switch triggers a bomb. That kind of old-fashioned crime drama, thinking doesn't cut it out in our busy times. Why is the pattern hasn't broke yet, really being stuck there and being played? Indeed. Alright, true CPI, please enlighten me. What do you think this switch does? Maybe it turns on an electric razor in the prosecutor Gavin's dressing room? Switch as big as a razor to turn on a razor? Okay. I guess I'm gonna give this to this guy to look at. Tell me what this is all about. Oh, sorry. Words cannot express my shock and chagrin. Oh no, okay, you don't want to take a look at this? Then no, fine, that's fine. Well, what else can I do here? Nothing. Guess I'm back to the dressing room family. The dressing room of Le Miroir. Le Miroir dressing room. Ah, Emma Sky. Uh-oh, there's only one person I know who can match with such venom. What are you doing here? Hello, Emma. You're looking as grumpy as ever. Oh, am I supposed to be happy? You gave me a second degree in court, and Prosecutor Gavin makes me look like a fool. You're talking about the bloodstained Mr. Letus left? Our department chief had a field day with that one. Even a blind person could see the shooter wasn't blind. Funny guy, huh? But that bloodstain helped uncover the biggest mystery of all. Now we know that Mr. Letus was really with Interpol. We wouldn't have found that out without you. I suppose. Maybe that's why the chief gave me this after he was finished chewing me out. It was my reward. Oh no. A chocolate snack who's popular down in the precinct or something? was hoping we could check out the crime scene again. Be my guest. You're not going to find any clues in here. Though I did find something strange. Something strange? Okay. Something strange. I met my embarrassment quota for the year, that's for sure. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? How? I mean, think about it. Now you don't have to be embarrassed about anything else all year. If only it worked that way. Well, kinda works in that way. Like, you know, if you're cringe all the time, listening to your own voice, cringe all the time, doing something silly, the more you do it, the less you cringe, and you won't be embarrassed about it anymore. It just bugs me to think that little kids outsmarted me. It makes him even more suspicious now that we know he can see. He could have seen the air duct, and he could have shot that revolver. But that's not how it sounded in Lemeroy's testimony. You mean her saying she heard Detective Arian's voice at the scene? That's right. Why can't we have a normal, straightforward killing once in a while in this country? Pretend I didn't hear that. Was that true, what you said in court today? You know, about the case? About how everything was happening according to those song lyrics? The guitar series, you mean? I found the link, you know?
Sugar.
First, Prosecutor Gavin's heart-shaped key ring was stolen, and Lemeroy flew through the air. Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar caught on fire. In the end, a bullet took Mr. Letitia's life, and he went up in the sky with a guitar, about 15 feet up at least. The order's pretty weird though. It is kind of hard to chalk it up to coincidence. I know, and I found it. You think the same person did all of this? Don't ask me. I didn't do it. Neither did I. I couldn't fit through that air vent anyway. What? You don't think I did it? Sometimes I worry about that girl. Okay, it's finally time to talk to her about something strange. So what did you find? So little I must have passed over it yesterday. I found it under the sofa. What is it? Part of some device, I think. I haven't heard a clue what. The bit sticking out from the end looks familiar, so I had it examined. Turns out it's an antenna. Ooh, like a beetle. Like on a cell phone, this device must use an electronic signal of some sort. An electronic signal, you say? Oh, is this where I present this to her? I'm guessing this connects to this one. I think you could take a look at this. A small device. Looks like a transmitter. A transmitter? You press this switch here and it sends out a signal. No idea what it's for though. Signal? You mean an electronic signal? What is it, Apollo? Say, Emma. You know that strange object you said you found? Oh, this? Let me try pressing this switch. Ouch! It's on fire! Emma's device is on fire! What's the big idea? Ack. Well, now we know what this is. An igniter. This part here must work like a lighter. It nearly lit me up, that's for sure. Hey, don't look at me like that. I didn't do it on purpose. I suppose at least we're getting somewhere with this case. Hey, Apollo. Let's ask Emma more about this switch. Now that she has some first-hand experience.
Okay, if you say so. A switch.
What are you trying to do? Burn me alive? Come on, it was just a few sparks. Says you. You were the one holding it. There's enough sparks flying around here just with you two talking. Anyway, now we know this is a remote for an igniter. Let me see that for a second. Well, this is definitely a little transmitter. The signal's weak. Probably only reaches 30 feet. It's transmitter, huh?
Breakers.
Oh, within 30 feet. Incidentally, if you look at the cross-section diagram of the stage area... Oh! Let's see, 30 feet from Lemeroy's dressing room. It covers the backstage completely. It also looks like it would cover the stage. It kind of seems unlikely anyone would use this on stage. Nice, we have a cross section. Guess I'd be getting on with my investigation. We're off to look for more clues elsewhere then. I feel better just knowing what this thing is now. I'll have to look into igniters a bit more later. Good luck! I'd like to know a bit more about igniters myself. The crime scene is a flame triggered by remote control. Alright, are we done in here? Well, we are done here. Apparently, we are going outside of the stage now again. Nothing to do here anymore. Oh, apparently, in the in this preview, we can still see the headset wheels. Sunshine Colosseum. Are we done? Is this just a very quick investigation? I don't think so. What? Come to laugh at a murderer? Darian! Hell bag opens up high hole and wham bam, my life goes down that chute. Thanks. Let me work while I'm a suspect. Darian's in the best of moods, is he? Not many people are these days, it seems. Oh, sorry. I was doing a voice. It is a crime scene, not exactly the happiest place to hang out. Gavin had to go rub some wound. My alibi's rock solid. Rock solid. Okay, your alibi, what is it? So, about your alibi. You have to ask. The shooting happened right in the middle of the third set. That's right. The music was playing when we heard those gunshots. We found Mr. Letouce dead. I've got 10,000 witnesses who saw me too. Right there on that stage. The guitar playing was something else? Thanks, little lady. Say, this whole thing's sham. I can't believe they aren't letting me work. There's no need to yell at me. It's Lemeroy's fault. She was the one who said she heard his voice at the moment of crime. Man, I never even talked to that old windbag. How could she possibly identify me? Yeah, me saying her she's old? How old is she? Oh, she's 40. She doesn't look her age at all. And you're 24. You're not so young yourself, you know. He won't let you work. He won't let me work. Gavin says I gotta lie low till my suspicion's cleared. What suspicion? There can't be such a stick in mud. Mr. Gavin? A stick in the mud? He may look all flashy and showy, but he's straight as an arrow, man. Except when he's depressed. You ain't whining the other day. Oh, you mean the thing with the mixing board? And then there was that performance just now. What was all that about? This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar. Ah. It was Hugh, Darian. He's just a perfectionist is all. Not a bad guy, really. Well, I think Gavin is our best. I have all your albums. Band's fine too. Gavin can write a good tune, I'll give him that. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Prosecutor Gavin around much. Oh, him? It's down in the prosecutor's office. Most likely. The prosecutor's office? I've never been there, have I? The data on the victim should have come in from Interpol. Normally I'd be down there dealing with it, normally. Apollo, let's go check it out. I always wanted to see the prosecutor's office. Maybe that's not such a bad idea. Right on. Say hi for me, okay? Oh, and screw you. Damn. What a weird shape. Tell him on into that crime scene. Where are we going now? Hey, wait. Yes? What do you really think happened? Really? You don't think I did it, right? Well... Great. Way doesn't steal a guy with some confidence. Just remember, I was ripping it up on stage when it happened, okay? Ripping. Okay. You're like, is ripping a different word for farting or something? Don't get led astray by some siren song, eh? Get this one wrong, and you'll be eating humble pie for a year. I'll bake it myself. Let's not talk to him anymore, alright? Detective Darren Crescent. It's one stone I'd leave unturned if I had a choice. Okay, we're going to Gavin's office. Ah, how nostalgic. I remember this place. So, this is it. The governor's head office. It's not the band's office, it's the prosecutor's office. Yeah, so that's why I'm asking. What is this creepy thing, object, whatever? Looks like Prosecutor Gavin is on the phone. Oh well, guess we'll have to come back. We can hide behind that bookshelf real quiet like. That's eavesdropping. Why? We'd just be waiting quietly so you wouldn't notice. What if we heard something scandalous about the band? She made a good reporter for a gossip mag. What? A replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, Lettuce. Lettuce? Look, don't talk to me about those Borginians, okay? Just get me that report. Chop chop. And stop leaving mysterious objects in my office, okay? It's time like this when I start to miss Darian. Huh? Hiya. Hee. Just thought we'd drop in. Hope you're not mad. How could I be? There's not enough tea here in the world, in any case. Have a seat. Prosecutor Gavin, the philanthropist. Watch and learn, Apollo. So, who have you come to see? Huh? Clavier, lead vocalist of the Gaviniers, or Prosecutor Gavin, scourge of the courtroom? What do you think he means, Apollo? I think he's giving us a choice. We can either ask him about the concert or the case. Which way to go? Both, I guess. Ah, that reminds me. Did you see the paper today? Yes, I always read the news, read the TV section. Good girl. How about you, air forehead? I read the funnies. Then you will not have seen this. Concert of Tragedy, the prosecutor's deadly song. Ooh, is that a new show? I haven't heard about that one. It's not a show, it's an article, news, you know. Oh, does this have anything to do with the case? Since getting back from the trial, my phone has been ringing off the hook. How does it feel to take a man's life with a song? Have you ever hummed a man all the way to death row? Do you think you could sing for me over the phone? It is endless, endless. Thanks to the case you've made today, of course. Oh, it was all Apollo's idea. Hey. Is that a newspaper over there too? Ah yes, the Borginian Daily Bugle. Go ahead, take a look. Yep. Thanks, but I can't read Borginian. Oh, that's right. Suffice it to say that this is big news over there as well. Though they didn't go so far as to mention the lyrics to my song. Probably no one in Borginia could believe it. It's probably seen as just a theory at this point. The journalists didn't see the need to mention it. It makes sense. I hardly know what to think of it in myself.
Article about the case doesn't mention the lyrics of Le Miroir's ballet.
Ah, that sounds pretty sus. Le Miroir's testimony will probably be in the evening edition, I'd imagine. Which is why I had Darian step down from the investigation for now. Yeah, we ran into him moping in front of Coliseum. Le Miroir was my invited guest, so it is a rather delicate situation. You understand how much I want to solve this case, quickly, if possible. Alright. I really love that song. It has such a great atmosphere to it. You co-wrote it with Le Miroir, if I remember correctly. That's right. It was last year. I had gone to tour Borginians' legal system, as a matter of fact. And that's when you heard Le Miroir's voice. It was a verse at a small jazz club. I wept that night. I knew I had to meet her, to talk with her. So I used my influence, which is not inconsiderable, to arrange a meeting. Wow, prosecutors really have a lot of clout. I think it's sort of a special case, Trucy. Thankfully, she liked the work I did, and we wrote a song right there, backstage. Not you on piano, that dulcet voice, and myself on guitar that I borrowed from Le Miroir. A music history was made. Probably not an experience your average lawyer would ever have, like Apollo, say. It is a memory I hold dear, and the song we wrote that night was this. And that very guitar is right over there. You mean this charred lump? Don't call it a lump. That's a piece of history. It's only brown, not really charred. No matter, I shall never sing that song again. I wouldn't have used that guitar again either, even if I could have. What happened during that song anyway? Why did the guitar suddenly catch on fire? Did you think you could show it to us? Your charred, slightly burned guitar? I'm sure he doesn't mind. What more could have happened to it?
I guess we'll examine it.
There was an impressive bit of pyrotechnics that did this. It's a guitar from the concert, isn't it? I thought it was one of the blah 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 blah. Sorry. I thought it was one of the staff playing a gag on me. Wait. I had a specialist analyze the guitar incidentally. Wait, I never guessed that was the end of it. Oh, did you find anything out? He didn't find a lot of time. He didn't have a lot of time, so it's still unclear. But the results he came up with were intriguing. Intriguing? How does that guitar tie into everything that went on? Sounds like something we should ask about.
Okay.
It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Le Miroir. How did it end up here? She gave it to me. I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing that night, and she made a present of it. So this guitar is from Borginia? That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in the air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. So, we vacuum packed it in Le Miroir's studio. I use a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it here, right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched. See? Prosecutors do have a lot of clout. I still think he's a special case. Such a valuable guitar. It's too bad it got burned. Burned the night of the Borginia. Gift from Le Miroir sent from Borginia. What was it that you were saying earlier? Something about intriguing results from an examination of the guitar? That's right. What was that all about? Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It's called the sound hole. And so that's what it's called. Sorry. And so that's what it's called. Well, they found something attached to this foot just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort. A broken device? Yes, this, in fact. The examiner is busy with evidence for the case now, however. So he'll be checking this out once he's finished with everything else. Odd. That device looks strangely familiar. Like this one. Am I going to present this one to you? It has to be one of these. What is it, Apollo? That device that was found in your guitar. Take a look at this. Why, it looks like the same thing. What is it? It's an igniter. Another one? It was at the crime scene in Lemuroir's dressing room. Detective Sky found it, actually. At the scene of the crime? What could that mean, I wonder? Oh, is that the igniter as well? Prosecutor Gavin, about this remote. Wait. Excuse me, did you say something? This remote control might be valuable ammunition for the trial tomorrow. It's too early to show my hand now. You would think someone with such a loud voice would speak more clearly, yeah? Okay. Anything else I need to present to Gavin here? Apparently I should examine something in here again. A jar. What's that on the plate there? Is that gum? Gum? Maybe he was chewing it when the phone rang. So he put it on the plate for later consumption. You think a rockstar could afford a fresh steak? Don't jump to any conclusions now. That's no chewing gum. Take a closer look. Although I really shouldn't be offering, should I? What is that? It looks like a lump of plastic. Wait, that phone call. Ah, so that's this strange object. Prosecutor Gavin, does this have something to do with Mr. Lettuce? Wait a second. You were listening to my phone call, weren't you? Who? Us? I tried to stop him, really, but he forced me to... Hey, you were the one digging for a scandal, Mr. Reporter. To tell the truth, I'm not even sure what it is. Apparently, it's a model of something undercover agent Mr. Lettuce was after. This lump? Would you mind telling us what do you know about it? Okay. Strange lump. This was found in Mr. Lettuce's bag. It's apparently a replica of something. A replica. It's a small lump about 1.5 inches long. We analyzed it, but there's not much to say other than it's a lump of plastic. If it was to use in an identification of whatever it is a replica of. You mean whatever Mr. Lettuce was after? That seems to be the most logical explanation. Well, what is it? Don't ask me, Fräulein. Oh, if you don't want to tell us, you could just say so. I put in a request to Interpol via my contacts in Borginia, but apparently there is a block on information somewhere along the chain. Oh? There's something either Interpol or Borginia doesn't want to share. Something about this little piece of plastic. Mr. Lettuce went through all that trouble to become Lemuroir's Limbantia, just to come to this country to find out more about this lump, and he died for it. I guess I don't really have anything to examine this lump. Oh, wait, there's something written on it. Sample. Okay, just sample. I think they put a big enough label on it. Maybe it's to keep people away from eating it by mistake. Yes, they might think it was an otherwise tasty multicolored lump of plastic. Maybe it's a manufacturer, sample toys, when it can't afford the real thing. Sounds like a company Mr. Wright would like. I guess nothing about this other than that. I've sent someone to the Colosseum to fetch Le Miroir. Perhaps she knows something about it, being a Borginian. I believe that covers everything I'm at liberty to talk to you about. Oh, thanks for dropping by, Forehead. Thanks. Why, you gave me so much information. The igniter, for instance. Oh, that. I've never met an attorney so forthcoming with prosecution. It's a big help. Or perhaps you're just a tad naive, hmm? Guess I could have hid it, but somehow doing it felt like the right thing. I did hide the trigger. I could say the same to you, Prosecutor Gavin. Thanks for the information about the strange lump of plastic. One that Mr. Lettuce was investigating. Hey, that's right. That's right. I've been thinking, Airforehead. We encounter many incidents in our lives, all of us, not all of them simple. Especially not the ones where people are killing to song lyrics. That's why I try to at least remain simple inside. And I keep a simple goal, to discover the truth. That's why I like to keep the relations civil, yeah? That is all. I can live with that. Mr. Prosecutor? Fräulein? Can I ask you why you sing in a band? Ah, because I want women to turn and look when I walk down the street. It's pretty simple too. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do. Another time, perhaps.
Alright, back to the detention center? I don't know. Where else can I go? Apparently, back to the Colosseum.
Emma! Oh, it's you. You came at a good time. Hello there, Emma. What's up? Either of you know where Le Miroir is? Well, I saw her in the backstage hallway a while ago. Yeah, that's strange. What's strange? I can't find her anywhere. I was supposed to bring her to the prosecutor's office. Le Miroir's missing? It's hard to imagine her wandering off somewhere on her own. Being that she's blind and all. Yeah, we'll help you look for her. Great, thanks.
Uh-oh, something happened to her? I don't feel so good about this.
This place is deserted. Wonder where Le Miroir went off to. I'm sure she's okay on her own. She seems resourceful. Yes, but I can't help worry about her little...
Bom 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 bom.
The stage.
Something happened in the stage? Oh, there's a time stamp. 4:46 p.m. in the wings.
Huh? The stage is pitch dark. The power breaker must be off for this section. Great. I'll go get someone. Yipes. It was really dark out there.
Dark. It's all the mirror has, when you think about it.
What would it be like to live in a world of darkness? Hey, Apollo.
Huh? What?
Doesn't something about the stage seem different to you? Like something changed? Changed? I can't put my fingers on it, but it's bugging me.
It's bugging me too. What's she talking about? The platform. It's not there anymore, right? Or something.
Still can't believe we found Machi and Mr. Lettuce up on top of that tower.
I used to not like high places. Now I hate them.
It's like it would have been nicer if we found a dead body closer to the ground. Though that reminds me, that is bad with heights too.
Ah, no kidding.
He took me on a Ferris wheel right a while ago, you know. Halfway through, his face got all green and he mumbled, "Objection!" over and over. Poor guy. Is it because he jumped? Oh no, what's in here? Dun dun dun. Hey, that case. Has that opened before? Ah, I guess someone closed it. Wait, look, where the case is closed. Something's sticking out. That doesn't look like an instrument. You don't think it's... Let's open it, Apollo. Bom bom bom! Eek! Lemiwa! Emma! We have to get Emma! Lemiwa was taken directly to the hospital. Emma ran around, barking orders, making phone calls. Trucy just clung to my arm and cried. Me, I was still in shock. 2 bodies in 2 days, in too many. It's too many. Hey, it's a Hakefield clinic again. Emma, how's Lemura? Is she okay? Ah, you. We owe you a big thanks, that's for sure. So, she's okay? Yes. We came to a short while ago. We found her before it was too late. That's good to hear. So, what happened? Someone attacked her. She was struck on the forehead. By who? We don't know. But they hit her on the forehead, right? It's right in front of her. How could she not see? Oh. Right. Would you like to see her now? Is that alright? She wants to thank you for saving her life. Lemihua. Ah, Mr. Attorney, you are the one who found me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm just glad you're okay. Tell me, what happened? Oh boy, attacked. It was after I spoke with you in front of the dressing room. I sent someone the potion. I thought it might be someone coming to see me, but they said nothing. When I went to return to my dressing room, you were hit. I knew that very moment. I knew the assailant was trying to kill me. No. It was lucky for me the first blow did not knock me out. I turned and ran for the stage. Someone's chasing me. I could hear footsteps. I reached the stage first. Why the stage? I had overheard maintenance people talking about the stage area was off. They said for electrical work. Darkness is my ally. There was a contrabass case near the stage. Sorry. There is where I hid, so the assailants couldn't see you. Once in the case, I'm afraid I passed out. Wow, that sounds like a really close call. She probably didn't have oxygen or something, couldn't open the case. Do you have any idea who it might have been? Unfortunately, no. Whoever it was, they said not a word. Too bad. Yet, when I considered I was struck high on the forehead, I must conclude that whoever hit me was taller than I am. Good point. She's sharp. You're much taller than I am. You're about as tall as Apollo. So that means it was likely an adult and probably a man. Means it was likely an adult and probably a man. Could it be him? But why would anyone attack you, Lemehua? The detective asked me this too. And to her, I gave the same answer I gave you. I do not know. How about I present you this lump of plastic? Lemehua, I wanted to ask you about this. Do you know what this is? This is... what? Mr. Letus was carrying it. Oh yeah, you can't see. It's a replica of the thing he was after. He was after... You know, in his secret identity. As an undercover agent. That's what he was doing. I mean, you know what? Yes, I know, of course. This must be a Borginian cocoon. Or rather, a convincing replica thereof. How did you know? Are you like touching it, I guess? Why haven't I heard of a Borginian cocoon before? Why would he be carrying this around? Was this some kind of souvenir? I wonder. Let's talk about a Borginian cocoon. Well, they call it Borginian. It must only be found in Borginia. For certain, all in Borginia know of this. It's a cocoon, so do you get silk from it? I do not know the details, I'm sorry to say. I thought she said all in Borginia knew of this. There is one fact I do know about the cocoon though. Something all in Borginia know. What's that? The cocoons, they are not to be taken out of the country. If someone does and is caught, they will be put to death. To death? To death? Why? I do not know. Yet if Interpol was involved, I'm sure there is a good reason. But this is just a piece of plastic. He was carrying a replica, but looking for a real deal. My best guess. Is this what he was up to? Tracking down Borginian cocoon smuggling. Smuggling? Okay. The plot thickens. It seems I was marked. Marked? Life changed for me with the popularity of my songs. I began to travel around the world. Ah, you could have brought those Borginian cocoons with you. On my trips, yes. That was probably the suspicion. Mr. Lettuce was placed as an undercover agent to look into it. Borginia is a small, sheltered country. Not many of our people venture into the world outside. Is that why they suspected you? But Mr. Lettuce wasn't a Borginian, was he? He was an Interpol agent, which means... What? Wait, sorry. That was all Apollo? Sorry. But Mr. Lettuce wasn't a Borginian, was he? He was an Interpol agent, which means... What, Apollo? There must be some reason why Borginia doesn't want those cocoons getting out. Something scary enough to get Interpol involved. Huh? Like what? How could such a tiny ball of thread cause such a commotion? Cocoon smuggling. Mr. Lettuce had Le Miroir marked. Couldn't be her. Huh? There's one other person I need to talk to. Thank you for talking to us. Oh, sorry. Thank you for talking to us, Le Miroir. It was the least I could do. Actually, I have another question. If it is within my power... I need an interpreter. Someone who speaks Borginian. Apollo? Would you come with us, if you're well enough? I see. Yes. Yes, of course. I shall accompany you. Huh? Where are we going? Come on, Trucy. We're about to get to the bottom of this. Oh, just teleport here. Good, good, good. Machi, we came to talk to you about this case. Machi... Will you interpret for us, Le Miroir? Yes. Machi, I'd like to talk to you about when we first met. When we still thought you were blind. Blip, blip, bloop, bloop. Now we know the truth. You can see, right? I was completely fooled myself. Machi, isn't there another secret you're hiding from us? Wait, Mr. Attorney, what do you mean by secret? A secret, well... The secret being... Yes, the replica, maybe. I'm gonna assume it's this one. If I'm not mistaken, you know something about this, don't you? Hey, he got a reaction. A big one. Machi, you didn't. Trucy and I are trained to see people's uncertainty. Not that we would have needed any training to see that one. Mr. Attorney, please tell me. Let me know, please. Wait, sorry. Please tell me what it's all about. Meiwa, please interpret. Very well. I know you know something about this by your reaction. If you don't tell me, I might have to give it to the prosecution and have them look into it. We ask you to wait. Do not be so hasty. Machi? Do you know everything? Yes, everything. Well, sort of. Have him tell us all about it. Blub, blub, blub. Very well. I am the cocoon. What is this cocoon anyway? Blub, blub, blub. The cocoon silk is a potent cure. A cure? Must cure some disease. Blub, blub, blub. It's a cure for incurities. Okay. Or incuritis? A cure for incuritis? Okay. But if it's a cure, why keep it in Borginia like that? Just think of all the lives they could have saved by sharing a medicine. I do not understand reasons myself. Okay, well, at least we know what it is, a cure. Mr. Lettuce was after the cocoon smugglers. Wait, was Machi? Machi, you weren't... He couldn't be a smuggler, he's so little. Well, you're only 15 and you're sort of a magician, aren't you? Well, that's true. I'm sort of a magician. You say sort of. Oh, do I have a copy of that security camera tape? Well, Machi, are you a smuggler? Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. You won't tell me. First he plays blind, now he plays dumb. I wonder, do you think he brought a cocoon here to sell it to someone? Machi really did bring one into the country. Is he planning on making a deal for its sale? Blah, blah, blah. I can't go home. Can't go home? Blah, 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 blah. I can't go home to Borginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Virginia is death. That's right. It's punishable by death. About the case. What about the case? He wants to tell us about Mr. Lettuce's death?
This minute's over.
It's this guy. Bomb, bomb, bomb. This meeting's over. Arian? What do you mean? Visiting hours aren't over yet. There's a call for Machi from the Borginian embassy. This meeting's over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy. We're leaving. Darian, wait. I never lied to either of you. Huh? Darn it, we were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo. He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say. Apollo. There can be only one reason why. Why is everyone ignoring me? Oh, sorry. This is it. I knew who I'm after now. All happens tomorrow. In court. Until next time. Yay! To be continued. Wow, that was something. Okay. Nice ending. Not too bad at all. Investigation took almost just an hour or so. Yeah, not to be it. But yes, that will be it. Thank you everyone who is watching this thing. I hope you all enjoyed this. This case. Fortunately, this is like one of my core memories of playing Phoenix, right? Like, yeah, I know about this case, although not much about the facts per se. I know who the killer is all the time. Boom, boom, boom. But still, I probably will still be like Not like, yeah, I know everything. I know this is the answer. I know this is the statement to present, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not that kind of genius. But yeah, apparently this will be the final part. Wait, this is not the final. The trial, it's still going to be long. It has 2 parts apparently. It's going to be long, and we'll still do it in one session probably, depending on how long the case is. Sometimes it might be, sometimes it might not be. Considering what we went through today, probably not. Anyways, that was well be it. Until next time, next session. Take care, everyone. Stay hopeful. Be critical. Bye bye. Bye bye.